Hi again, everyone. I'm Kelly. Welcome. 12 days of Craftmas. Carrying on. Today's the 15th. I want to show you something. I made 2 ornaments. Whoops, wrong way. On plain fabric. Yes. Not Aida cloth, not linen, not even weave, plain old fabric. I'll show you how I do it. Let me try to get relatively close so you can see them good. And my earrings today are angels. So let's carry on. This is what stitching on waste canvas looks like. And a stitch is across a corner, not filling in. I think this is kind of like needlepoint for those that like needlepoint. And I'm doing a combination of long stitches and back stitches. The pattern I'm using for the little bear is this one. But the pattern for the M is blue, but I changed it to pink. It's only 2 colors, easy enough to do. This washable medium does pretty well for stitching on plain fabric too. I put a piece of it down here on my chair. Hopefully you can see it okay. I thought that showed the holes up better. To get the water-soluble material secured onto the fabric, I put my sewing machine on a long stitch length and did basting stitches. That line there, I'm picking out as I go, doing the cross stitches, which are nearly finished, but I have quite a bit of back stitch left to do yet. I'm cutting off the main bulk of the canvas first. Get the bulk out of the way. There we go. Use small, sharp implements. Snips, even a seam ripper works. Carefully cut around your stitches. There's the stitch right there. I know white on white's hard to see, but you gotta watch and be careful and go underneath. If I can get it underneath, come on. There. And just clip. Clip all the way through. Various places. Seam rip. Come on. Right, like so. As soon as you have enough loose, then you can pull the stitches out. When you have a bunch clipped, take tweezers and start trying to pull them out. You can pretty much take a strand and pull it, but if you don't have enough cut, then keep cutting and then try again. As you get started, it does get a little bit easier. Just be careful and go slow. One strand at a time, if that's what it takes. Pull that one out. Pull one from the other way. Give it a trim further down if it's not good enough. Like so. I just go a little bit this way, a little bit that way, a little bit this way, a little bit that way, a little bit this way. Yes, it is kind of tedious. But in the end, you'll get there and you'll have a nice stitching just showing on the plain fabric. There we go. A little bit of interfacing on the back, light, just to keep it stable. And yes, the stitches move around, but it's a snowflake, and they're not meant to be perfect. It'll be all fine. All the basting stitches are removed, and let's remind myself of the instructions. It says, soak your stitch fabric in a large volume of hot soapy water. Soak 5 to 10 minutes, and stir it gently from time to time. Well, I guess I better get out my thermometer and make sure it's hot enough. I use my kitchen thermometer and have the water about 105-ish, close. It's pretty hot. I can not quite put my hand in it. Here we go. I'm not worried about anything running because the cotton fabric was washed already, and DMC floss is color fast, so it won't run. So now we just wait. Alright, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this, but see the material's going kind of gluey? It's kind of white. Feels a bit sticky still. Oh, tricky filming with wet hands, but it feels fine. Can you hear that? That's just fabric. Now I'm just going to let it dry. I've got the cross-stitch projects trimmed up with room around the edge, matching fabric for the back. This is from the baby quilt I made last spring, and a piece of batting that is a little bit smaller all around. I think I'm going to use this ribbon. It's sort of an ecru cream color. It doesn't technically match, but it's generic enough. It'll be fine, and it looks pretty. And then similarly, with the little snowflake, there we go. A little piece of batting and some backing. I kind of fussy cut out that one gnome. And I'm going to use white ribbon. So far, I have the batting basted onto, here, let me scoot that a bit over this way, because it doesn't show, there we go. Batting. Just stuck on with basic spray, so it doesn't move around. Pinned in place ribbon this way. This ribbon, I can't pin, it's too skinny, but I've lined it up exactly in the middle. And all it requires is a careful application of the top to hold it down. And I am going to pin this, so just bear with me because I'm not moving around and turning the camera off. I have to keep this steady. I gotta scoot it down just a little bit. There. Oh, maybe not. No, hang on, it moved. Of course it moved, because I'm going to try and do this. There. Let me double check my middleness again here. There. Okay, good. That's fine. Flip that over. Line it up in place. Pin. Okay, make sure you have the entire thing inside here, so you don't sew your ribbon somewhere else in the seam. Just kind of scoodle it into the middle like so. Is that a word, scoodle? I don't know. You know what I mean. Okay. Pin. And some popped out. Look at that. Gotta be careful. In you go there. And scoot. There. Pin. Okay, same plan with this. Like so. Pinning all around. Leave yourself a space on one side where you're not sewing. Like there, wherever. Doesn't matter. As long as you can get in there and turn it around, that's all you really need. So let's see. For this little guy here, it's not very big, so it's going to be a bit of a tight one. But we'll manage. And I think I'll just do from the bottom so I don't... Oh, great. Now... my ribbon's moving around. Anyway, we'll fix that. This is not going to work. I'm going to do my opening about like so. This ornament is sewn now and turned through. I pressed the opening. It's pretty much in position, but I pinned it, and I'm actually going to hand stitch this close because this is small. And as I'm stitching along, I can kind of jiggle the edges into position and make sure they're closed properly, because this red is kind of sticking up above that, so I'll make sure that they line up as I stitch it. Now this one's pretty much done too. I am going to sew it closed with my machine because it might be hard to see, but I have a yellow thread that will match, and I have this rosy colored thread that will be okay to put in the bobbin, and it is pretty close to this kind of rosy pink color. I actually went all the way around, basically top stitch. You can kind of see it. I'll go as close as I can. And on the back, there's the pink. Turned out cute. And yes, the baby's name starts with M. That's why I did this pattern.